experience is so far is I never had trouble. Even went already to court for that, and never had trouble to convince the jury that what I said is right, and that the defender had a hell of a problem to get off the hook. All right? So are we done with this? Okay, so the next big thing in forensic science is, and today the biggest thing of all, is to get after your DNA. So now I have to go through this process of showing what is your DNA. Now if you have looked, when you have looked in the column which I published from the physics department, our website, shall I say, then you should see pictures like that. Right? So there are that many. And in the final end, I hope you know more. Right? So you're ready for virtual images. These are real images. Okay? So the question is, what's that all about? Well, so the question is, how does our body build DNA? Okay? And it starts out with this stuff. Okay? There are particular molecules. So this, did anybody look if they are already on the website? Nobody looked. Okay, so today is Friday. Look till Monday, and I want to know if it's on the left side or not. Okay, it's your important. Okay, so obviously what happened is these are molecules which, and I think I talked a little bit about it, which couple to each other, and because they have, actually, this is a very nice, we will see that later on. These are very nice molecules, because you would think these bonds, which are here indicated by dots, they're very weak, and they are. You can just take them apart. Okay? And so here is the chemistry, and here is what are all the molecules. But it turns out your body makes only 4 of these coins. Well, there might be more around, but then they'll be used by some other processes. And they are then characterized by G, C, where's the other one? T and A. So these can never be confused. You cannot take that and put it here, or you can take that and put it here. Because what happened is this has 2 handlebars, and this has 3, and they're not, how should they shake hands with each other? It doesn't work that well. You don't say hello to an octopus because you wouldn't know which arm to use, and the other one you get one with it, right? So what happened is, these are very garden variety molecules, and they, because they are so important, they're only used with the letter A, T, and G, C. So from now on, when one of these molecules are used, right, and there is an A, and I know immediately the only thing he feels what to makes a chemical bond is this. But then it be this. And this. Absolutely. They can repeat each other as much as they want. So these are long, they are. We have found molecules in your body which was a 1 million uninterrupted sequences of A's and E's and G and C's. Now, next page. So you got that, right? And now the question is, how do we, so they have names, right? They have guanine, cysteine, adenine, and thymine. All right. So just to show how do I hang this to my molecules in the body, put on sugar. So these are sugar molecules. These are all sugar molecules. And you see these sugar molecules have these things on it. And this one, in case you can read it, is a P. And the P is a phosphor. And so what happens is the phosphor starts with the phosphor. Just for your education. Just for fun and thing. You don't need to understand. Look how this goes with its A's and U's and A's and D's, right? And when you were around, you're too young for that. About 10 years ago, there was a run for identifying the human genome. And the government offered blindfolded $1 billion, which for the people who find it. And then finally, well, they spent all the money and found it. But then they found out they couldn't patent it. You cannot patent anything in your body. So the whole world got all this for free. But they learned a lot to work with these molecules. They learned a lot. You see, so the problem is, for instance, one or the other problem is you want to break this bond because these are these bonds. Because imagine if I ask you make 1 million from it, then what happened is I take a beaker from A's and BT's, just put it in the liquid, mainly alcohol or something like that, and now they form that automatically. So I take this out and put more in, and what happened is you can repeat that millions of times, which your body does while you are sitting here. And they copy each other hair precise. So for instance, if you make an error in this place, this is what they finally found. There was found that there was people have this is an error when there is an error, when there's an error. Then they are bleeders. These are people who, when they hurt themselves, the blood flows out, and the blood cannot stop itself up, it can coagulate, right? And as I told you, I think I tell you, the Russian family, the Tsars from Russia, the Romanovs, have that. But it wasn't necessarily their fault because they inherited it from some other people, and actually from Germany. And those was all diseases in the Middle Ages which they couldn't handle. Okay? So here you can see a case. You don't have to write that down. This is all down on your okay. So look at the sequence of A's and G's. You ought to be it. Don't try to memorize it. Actually, the detail is worthless. The concept is important. The body takes this, and then finally, now you go in and they're all bound. 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 And now what you do is you just warm them up to 80 degrees. And all this is like a zipper. And then the first one breaks, the second breaks, and then it goes zzzt, and somebody you have the next part. And that is what's done here. Right? So what you do, you took the zipper, you zip them apart, and then in this part, the part now can reproduce itself. And this is then messenger RNA now, because it's not DNA, is for 2 rings, 2 chains, it's only 1, it's RNA. But this is now the part which you have to keep on going, right? And here's another place where you can open. If you don't have to memorize that, this is what happens. Here again, you go in, you open it up, and then the new string grows this way, and the new old string goes this way. And you can make, well, the body can make anything it needs. That's the most important part. So how these A's and B's and G's gets hooked together is very nicely seen here. You see, I think we talked a little about polymer. Remember I told you what Teflon is, right? So what happened is we're seeing these long chains, and you are made from long chains, from cotton, from all these chains I showed you, right? From starch,